I think I will. I think I will just raise my chainsaw with a smirk and just try my best to just give this bellowing roar and go and try to chainsaw its head.
Sounds good. You bet. Roll to attack at advantage. It's enormous.
Oh hell yeah. Okay, so let me see.
Like, good luck missing.
Since okay, so I'm gonna use I'm gonna use a my frothing rage.
I'm sorry, frothing like you're foaming at the mouth like a wild animal.
Frothing rage, my raider skill.
I see.
So I get
Ivan actually has the power of rabies. Got it.
Right, yeah. But I'm going to, so I roll disadvantage on all strikes the entire combat, and I have -3 to hit, but all my damage is doubled, and on critical hits, my damage is tripled. So since you're rolling advantage, I'm going to roll normally, with -3 to my +4, so that's just +1. I realize that this is not a good decision now that I've made it, but you know what? We're going with it. So we're
better use it now than against an itty bitty pixie or something.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead. I'm gonna roll. Let's see here. Give me just a second. I'm gonna use my Discord on my other server. Give me just a moment. I gotta roll it.
You have more than one Discord server that I'm not included in?
Well, you're more than welcome to. I have some private game servers that I do for people.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, so roll 1d20 + 1. 15.
15 to hit is good. You bet. Your axe slams into the side of it. Your chainsaw slams into the side of it, and you hear it catch some electronics. Spark sputter. Roll damage.
Oh, it hit. Oh shit. All right, so my damage. So I got to check if I have any extra damage. I don't. Okay, so I do 4. Ooh, so I'm going to be the responsible person and say that I actually have another -2 to hit. So that may not hit. So that would be a 13.
You don't hit. Your axe digs.
I have to be honest. Scout's honor, you know.
You're a barbarian. I assumed you lie. but okay, fine. Be a barbarian, like of nobility. Why not? So good news is, well, actually, there was no good news. You hit the monster all the same. Would you make what amounts to a Constitution save as the electricity courses outside of its shell down the axe?
Oh shit. Okay, so that would probably be physical fortitude. So
right, you have a choice. You can either let go, or risk it.
I'm gonna let go.
Okay,
I don't think I'm gonna try to fuck with this thing anymore.
You bet. Greasy Steve, you're the smart one. What do you want to do?
Did I happen to send you a copy of my character sheet? I can't remember if I did.
But I didn't ask you to, and I won't. The only stats you have that I care about are your AR, MR, and your hit points, just so I don't have to keep asking you what they are. That's it. I have your AR down as 9, your MR down as 20, and your hit points down as 5.
Well, fuck me, because I apparently stored it on my computer and not my Google Drive. I would like to take out my revolver and shoot at it. I remember I had a heavy revolver.
Roll for it. You do have dice, yes.
I do have virtual dice.
That counts. Yeah. That totally counts. Like, in case you ever think I was going to judge you with the wrong answer, I'm not going to do that. There's no wrong answer. Pull a number on your butt. I don't care. But I want you to know that if it's 20 more than like 3 times in a row and they start looking at you funny, I'm not going to tell them not to.
Is it it's a D20, right?
Yes. Okay. Ethan, what does he add to that? It's your brilliant system.
So can you say it again? Sorry, my Grubhub got fucking canceled, so I'm dealing with that right now. What'd you say?
Whoa, slow down. Wait, Grubhub can cancel your order on you?
Because it took too long. Yeah, it took too long for them to cook, so they canceled it on me. So
does that mean you don't get it, or does that mean you
No,
get
I
it
got refunded. I got refunded
Okay.
and got a little coupon. Grubhub's really good with customer service, I will say.
Oh, nice. We don't have that here.
Yeah.
I live way too rural for that.
Right.
Yeah.
So what does he need to add? What is the
He
context?
is going to attempt to shoot the beetle thingy with a
It is
heavy revolver.
revolver, and I don't believe I had any pluses in my skills for guns.
Nothing sharpshooting? Nothing?
I don't believe I had any sharpshooting because I needed a skill. I needed a skill for it that I didn't have.
Okay. Well, then that would be +0 then.
Rough.
Oh, it's about to get rougher because I rolled a 4.
Oh.
TPK time. Let's go.
So you fire off this revolver round wide, like really wide, like Broadway. It hits a snowbank like 400 feet away, way over there. And you're like, I'm cool. Seamus, what do you want to do?
Hey, I said I could work on guns, not shoot them.
All right. I got food in my mouth. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you want me to pick on Hex because he's not currently chewing, I can do that.
Oh God. All right. I'm gonna do the same thing as Crazy Steve. I'm gonna
Roll a
draw a
4?
revolver and fire at this thing.
Sure.
Although I think I have a bonus. I have a +1. That's great. That's a 10.
I mean, it's not a great roll. Do you have anything to add to that?
It's a 10.
That's what you got, huh? Bummer.
Yeah.
So I mean, go ahead.
Oh,
What was that? What was that, Steve?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just said, how about some willpower? He could just add his imaginary willpower to it.
Well, yes, because it's like Wanted, and the bullet will like arc in flight back this way because he wills it to be so.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
should rewatch that movie. That movie's so good.
absolutely bonkers. Like,
That's
you
so
fire
crazy.
you fire the bullet where Greasy Steve's bullet was. You do actually hit something, just not like the thing that can hit you back. Hex, what do you want to do? The only person here who did any who got close is Ivan, and he is currently weaponless.
Nice. So, what, in my expert opinion, because not like I have seen one of these things before, what do I think this thing would be perceiving us with?
It's sensors in the front. It has big red spheres, like little glass bulbs, where where a beetle's eyeballs would be.
Okay.
It is very, aside from the fact that it's clearly machine and very large, somebody took great pains to make it look like a real beetle. Mandibles where they belong and no extras or anything. Shell, legs, the whole bit.
Okay. So one of the only things I spent any money on was a jammer.
What? Really? No kidding.
Yeah.
Jammer like that?
Yeah, it can disable cameras and radars up to 100 feet radius 3 times per long rest.
Fancy.
So I'm gonna see about setting that thing off and see what happens.
You bet.
Maybe I blind it.
I don't think that's something you roll for. I think you're just like, crap, beep, 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 beep. Work, damn it. And you
Damn.
The eyes go blue and the beetle, like, so it's right in front of you, right? And it was kind of focusing and the mandibles were snapping at Ivan. And then when the eyes go and they turn blue instead, it completely stops. You hear a whirring sound inside of it, and you hear this mechanical like an Apple II recalculating word come out of it. Like it states recalculating, like an old-fashioned computer. And it continues to do that. It can't see.
It can't see us, guys.
I can't believe you're still alive.
It would be great if this single thing TPK does.
One fleeting moment of confidence in this whole clusterfuck.
While it's calculating, can I see if I can try to work on it to make it like to turn its targeting system to not us, so it can help us?
So, I mean, I'm not saying no, but I am curious. How would you go about doing that?
Actually,
Look at the
never-
face you're getting from Hex. He's like, wait, what? No, that's a crazy thing. No, look at him. He just like got close to the camera.
Listen,
You know,
it's
it's
just a
bad.
fancy gun.
Do you- we have one tiny window of not being horribly killed, and you're gonna try and domesticate the giant murder bug machine.
Yeah.
You just want a
That
pet
could
beetle.
murder for us.
I just thought about it, and it's probably tech and not like mechanical
Mechanical?
stuff.
Probably not. No, it's definitely like closer to a robot than a car for sure.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna split then.
Okay. Where are we headed? And how long is it jammed for?
It's
Does it
just
say?
open. There's just open snow. Where are we gonna run? We just
That's
hide
actually a
under the
fairly good
snow.
question.
We just hide under the snow like Arctic foxes.
I say, whoop.
Is there any way we could contact, or I can contact our contact?
Do any of you have a radio or a communicator or something like that?
Our
I have
personal.
a camera.
Because that's
My-
totally a phone.
Yeah.
I
Pretty
have
close.
a phone, but yeah, my personal loathing for our employer has me, not really hoping to talk to them more often. So
Do you have a radio that you might be able to broadcast for signals that are not that specific, like not your employer, just whoever, like a distress signal type thing? Do you have something like that?
I don't think there's I don't have any specific equipment for that.
I didn't know if your phone had like a radio app. I don't know. It's the year, super awesome cyberpunk. Who knows?
We can probably say it does.
Sure. How long does your jammer last for? Do you know? Does it say?
Unfortunately, we would have to talk to Ethan about that one
I see.
because there's
who
no
seems-
specific. Yeah.
I see.
Back.
Hey, you're
Oh,
back.
hey, speak of the devil.
Yeah.
Ethan, how long does the jammer work for?
Does it say anything about it in the notes?
It does not.
I would say it's so the jammer. Oh, that's a good question. I would say the jammer works up to an hour. I would say.
Okay, cool.
Or no, actually, no, I replaced that. So if it depends on your intelligence roll. So whatever your intelligence roll, like the GM will decide like how long it will last.
Oh, I see. How?
Yeah.
What is your? Oh, does he have to roll to use the jammer?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Like maybe you're dead after all. Man, go ahead and make that
I'm
roll.
sorry, I fucked up my attacking roll, and now I'm making people roll for shit they didn't know they had to roll for. So I'm sorry.
Okay.
You're
Maybe
trying
dead.
to kill us, is what you're doing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right. Secretly,
You-
Ethan very
you-
much hates this group. It's me, right? And he's like,
You-
how do I
you-
get them all killed so we can
You are
stop playing?
retconning us into a TPK.
Also going as well, right?
Say that
Yeah,
again,
I'm
Steve,
secretly
what?
trying to get us to move on to Tales from the Aerosphere, So
I mean, I get that. It's not a secret now, right? Now it's premeditated.
You guys
Like,
realize where this is going.
Well, yeah, because if the thing stops us hard enough, it's probably going to send us back into the 1800s.
what was that, Steve? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was like, you guys realize where this is going, right? The better that roll is, the longer we won't be able to communicate to people.
yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. I thought the jammer would only jam the bug, not all the electronic shit around.
No, you can just jam something.
Oh,
Um,
good. Okay.
You have a radius of where you can use it, is what the jammer.
Oh,
said.
I see. So you'll put you'll make a jamming signal localized on the bug, then step outside the radius and use your tech like normal.
yeah,
I see.
yeah.
I got it. Okay, you bet.
Yeah,
X, what'd you
we're-
get
we're
for
going-
that roll?
I have not rolled it yet.
I see. You nervous?
By the way, I just took some Rice Krispies, Rice Krispie treat thingies, I
Yep.
should say. So if that occurs soon, then it does. But I think
Okay.
it's at a 50 to 60-minute activation time, so this will be interesting.
Huh.
So. Anyways, keep going. Sorry.
That's a no. It's okay. Hex, what'd you get? That's that's either a curious face or an unhappy face or a constipated face. I can't tell.
A little of both. 3.
Uh-oh.
Interesting. Oh my god.
Wow. So you get like 2 seconds of blindness, The good news is that the blindness, you only jam it for a couple of seconds, but the beetle is old. So its reset window is pretty large. You've got like, you're pretty smart, even though you rolled poorly. You're still pretty smart. You're like, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes before it's fully back online. During that period of time, it will be able to see you, but it will not be able to do anything about it. Its movement essentially goes through a full reboot. Its body will lay down in the snowbank. Its legs won't work. Its guns, its mandibles won't chomp. It'll just sort of sit there and come back online like a computer.
So
Until it's
our
fully
options,
online, it can't do anything.
our options are either run away
Right.
or attempt to ride it.
Or attempt to, right, either book it now or fight it now. Right, up to you.
So is my chainsaw, where did my chainsaw go?
Your chainsaw is magnetically locked to the side of it. During your reset window, it'll fall off.
Son of a bitch.
While the beetle revs back to life, the magnetism bracket stops working, so your axe will fall into the snowbank.
Okay, got you. I'm trying. So Ivan's going to be trying his absolute best to try to get it off of off of it. He's like, please, I don't want to leave you. You're my only true love.
Nice. And then
That's a statement that alarms me.
you're right. As if it heard you, it comes flying off the beetle with no problem at all.
You see odd drawn hearts all across my head, and I'm just hugging this chainsaw. Oh, how I missed you in the 5 seconds that you were gone.
He's like a dog.
Yeah, he is. Oh yeah, 100%.
You went outside for 5 minutes. I love you forever. You went outside for an hour. I love you forever. Dogs are like that. They're the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you've got your axe. Greasy Steve, what do you want to do? What do you think? Are we taking this opportunity to bash its head in, to try and reconfigure it, to run away? What's the plan?
Shit, I'm the leader on this. Let's take a democratic vote. I for one vote run away.
What are you, a team or something? What are you doing? Like, would everybody make a perception roll, unless that skill has a different name?
What are we trying to do?
See what way may or may not be around you.
Perception. Yeah, perception's
All right.
Oh, sure. That one I rolled great.
good.
Define great.
17 plus 2.
Hey.
Not bad. You bet.
Not
That's
bad.
pretty great.
Yeah.
So do all of us roll perception, or is it
Yes.
just
So
okay.
we're gonna do group check for this one, which means if more than half of you pass as a team.
I'm just gonna roll
19.
straight rolls tonight because I don't remember my bonuses.
No worries. That means you can choose not to roll, making the group of rollers a 3 instead of a 4. The number of passes you have to get is 3 instead of 4. Actually, no, it isn't. Because if only 3 of you roll, then you need to roll in order for a group skill check to work. More than half of you have to pass. If only 3 of you roll, that's more than half is 2 of you. And since Hex and Ivan have already rolled, Seamus can roll a 1. And well, as long as he doesn't roll a 1, you'll be good.
I rolled a 17.
Awesome.
Can I
You
choose
bet.
to opt out after I rolled, or can I choose to opt out before I rolled?
You have to opt out before the roll, but you're fine now.
Okay. I mean, I already rolled and it's a 15, so I'll take it.
Oh, then yeah, you're good. I misheard you. I thought you said you weren't going to roll. My apologies. So yes, all of you see that there is 2 things of note coming this way. There's a huge flying freighter. Excuse me. Yes, there's a flying freighter. Think like a shipping container with thrusters on the bottom. Like the Millennium Falcon without all the pretty bits. Not that it has a whole lot of them to begin with, right? That's a rust bucket that flies. There's one of those coming this way. You recognize the painting on the side. It's an old-fashioned military ship. They don't really use them anymore. They're decommissioned a long time ago. That means it's either filled with the wealthy who have too much money and bought one of these as a toy. Raiders, most likely. Those are your 2 most probable options. There is also what looks like a train headed this way through the snow. Like a legitimate, train with cars on the back.
I'm going to say
Itchy.
that they're probably going for our downed ship, and we should hide.
Okay, Hex, what do you think? Greasy Steve is voted for the chicken maneuver. What do you want to do?
Well, given that our options are currently Beetlezord versus the plot of Serenity versus the plot of Snowpiercer.
I've seen only one of those.
Well, there's two Snowpiercers too.
Okay, so I've seen still only one of those.
Yeah.
I didn't know there were two Snowpiercers. Huh.
Yeah, they took the movie and then they made it a much tamer TV show.
Tamer as in better or tamer as in just less interesting?
Basic cable.
Rough. Okay.
So
Oh my. 4 seasons in. Oh my. I'm
Yeah,
gonna look that up.
yeah, they brought in Sean Bean, so I you know.
Then again, the Arrow got I think 8 seasons, and I'm not.
Oh well, that's a CW show. That's different standards.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you could literally just have us on the CW. It would probably get like 500,000 viewers, and it would never get canceled.
I mean, they get paid for that. I'm game. Like,
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So yes, Greasy Steve has chosen. His suggestion is that you hide. What do you think?
I'd really rather go for the train, but
You don't have to agree as a team, you know.
I would not be mad if you don't agree with me.
I feel like an option that doesn't consist of us just hiding in the snow would be better.
I see.
Well, where else are we gonna hide though? Like what are we
You
gonna
could
do?
hide in or under the beetle, in or on or under the beetle. You could also hide in the wreckage of the tank you were just in, the transport.
I feel like hiding anywhere around the Beetle is a bad idea.
I kind of want to hide under the Beetle. I kind of want to do the super sneaky thing to where I like grab on the under it and I'm like sneaking under it.
Right up until
You
it
never
starts
know. Maybe
tunneling
it might
somewhere.
return and I go into the evil base and like see where these came from. You never
Okay,
know.
if he does that, I'll go with that. At least the Beetle's some sort of armor or protection.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you two are gonna wedge yourselves in the snowbank underneath the beetle and grab onto the bottom of it like the underchassis of a car and hope. I see.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't like break down and like fall.
Steve has chosen to hide in the snowbank. Is that right?
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
still hide in the snowbank.
You bet.
I'll peek my head out and look at the show.
You bet. And now we have to wait for Seamus to get back so he can tell me what he's doing, and then we'll see where things go.
This could be a motor oil, colored stain where Greasy Steve was hiding.
It just starts like leaking through the snowbank.
They're gonna come down and think they've struck oil.
Yeah, right. Oh, you're back. Fantastic. What are you up to? So you watch two
I'm
of your
jumping
friends.
in like an Arctic fox, cover
I see.
myself in snow.
So we've got 2 hide in the bushes and 2 hide under the beetles. Got it.
Yeah.
Cool. You bet. The train, so as the train pulls, it gets here first. It travels faster than the rust bucket, a lot faster. It's like a train of the future, 600 miles maybe. It's moving real fast. It also stops on a dime. It pulls out in front of the beetle and it stops moving in that amount of time. Like comes to a complete stop. People get out of the train with giant rail guns. These look like Mad Max people, except they're covered in furs. The people in the ship, the visor drops in the front so you can see who's inside of it. Same thing. There is for the next 10 minutes, there are people just shooting each other to pieces. Carbon burning smell fills the air. It's ugly. That train gets blown to shit. That ship crashes into the snowbank. Steve and Seamus, would you make dex checks to not get squished like bugs?
Oh no.
I die here. I'm gonna say goodnight.
Oh no. Oh no.
Define oh no.
That's a 1.
That's pretty bad.
No way.
That sucks. So the ship crashes on Seamus and Steve. What'd you get?
It was the wrong place to hide.
Steve is in shock right now.
Right. Steve doesn't want to say, I think. Steve's like, nope.
Oh, what did you say?
Deck save. I need you to make a dexterity save to not get
okay.
squished by that ship.
Straight roll D20.
Unless you have a dex modifier that's positive, yes.
That's a 2.
Oh my god.
That's rough.
Yes.
Uh,
Was
Two
this what I rolled
down.
before? Because I rolled a 7 before.
say again.
Are we making a second roll or a first roll?
Dexterity
You-
save just 1.
Oh, okay. I rolled a 7 before.
Oh, that's better.
Oh,
Okay. I mean, it's not a lot's better.
I thought you had heard me, and I thought you were making me roll again because it hit us.
Oh, I see. No. So Hex and Ivan, you watch that ship come down. The good news is it has no living people in it anymore. It spirals through the air and spins upside down. And the visor part, which is high composite glass, it's not going to shatter like a fishbowl, but it is maybe your friends lived. It flips upside down and squashes them in the snowbank. There's a field of dead people around you in the snowbank. There's maybe 40 slag corpses right now. Your friends may or may not be among them. The
I'm just
train is
imagining
Oh, go ahead.
Seamus like face down, ass up, like a fox in the snow, murdered by Freed.
the train. I mean, you could take it apart for parts, maybe, but it looks like an 80s action movie. It's blown to shit. The ship, while upside down, suffered fairly little damage. It's ugly, but it'll probably still fly if you can ride it. In any case, Steve, you're not okay, right? You're not okay. Your arms are pinned under some rubble. You will need help to get out from underneath that. Seamus, the good news is you're not dead. The bad news is you landed inside the exhaust port on top of the ship, which is incredibly hot. I need you to make a deck save. So I need you to make a con save to figure out if you burst into flames.
Okay, so it's physical fortitude.
Yeah.
Physical fortitude.
That's a 3.
Good
Not great.
God.
Not great. Like,
What the fuck is going on tonight?
Well, the good news is you're not cold anymore.
that's true.
Yeah.
The bad
that's
news
true.
is you take 4 points of damage.
Oh, that's not bad.
Okay.
Oh, considering our level in Neon Knights, yeah, that actually is pretty.
Yeah, that's about 80% of your health right now, I think, right? Yeah.
Is that 80% of his health?
I have 3 left.
Oh, so
no.
it's like 75. Yeah.
What
No,
I might have.
Oh no,
out
sorry.
of-
I was looking at my AR. I'm dead.
like,
I have
what does
negative
that
1.
mean?
Those retcons will just get you every time. Huh?
What does that mean when he said
The old bait and switch.
it's your system? What does that mean? Is he,
Oh,
is he dead? Does he
so-
get like? Does he bleed out? What is?
I mean, two things. One, if it is like if you get a nuke dropped on, like this is really far, but like if you get a nuke dropped on you, you're not going to be rolling a death save. You're dead.
You're just dead,
Um,
right?
But if there is some way that you could survive, you can make a death save, and the death save you have to roll an 11 or above using willpower, and every time you succeed until revived, you get a -3. So your chances of surviving go down each roll that you have to
Right,
do.
yeah.
Now, can we attempt to like rescue him
Yeah.
from? And how
Oh,
would we
that's
do
up
that?
to the DM, yeah.
I'm all for it. Yeah, you'd have to get you'd have to get him out from underneath the ship.
So
He's-
I'm
he's
dead.
fine.
Don't,
He's
don't
been-
try that. I'm dead.
The good news is the ship sank into a lot of snow, and there was a lot of it. The ground you're standing on isn't actually the ground. You're just standing on lots of compressed snow over time. So it is like you're just standing on a snowbank that also happens to have snow on top of it. The ship sank into a lot of that, which means you don't have to move the ship to get to Seamus. You just have to dig through a lot of snow to get to it. Whether or not you can do that before he bleeds to death, I have no idea.
Well, I thought, I mean, he's been horribly burned. I mean, if he just dived into the snowbank or whatever, like a Home Alone movie, you know?
That's
You see
true.
the comical smoke coming out of
Yeah,
like, the top of
Seamus
his
is just
head.
laying there in the snowbank while steam cooks around him. It's like,
A
"Ow."
horrible death.
Like, Seamus, would you make that will save, please?
If I, all right.
I mean, if you don't want to, if you'd like your character to just so you can
Be
make
dead.
a new one, whatever. Right. If you just want to be dead, that's your choice to make.
Oh my God. I'm really thinking about it. I mean, I don't know how he survives that.
Without a lot of help and cosmic fate, you don't. Like, it's gonna get rough.
Yeah.
But maybe you do. Who knows? Maybe
years
your
of
friends will risk
recovery
their
and
life.
physical therapy.
Right, you're gonna need so much therapy.
I look like a ghoul from Fallout.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I was thinking someone was gonna go from Fallout and like a partially cooked lobster. Yeah,
Had a life worth living.
I don't know.
Especially- We're only just getting started with this mission. You could die 10 more times.
I'll roll it. I'll roll it. I've only rolled above a 10 once tonight, so let's hope for a second. That's an 8.
Oh my god. I think it may be destiny.
So
The universe wants you to die.
By the way, you are the first official NPC on any Neon Knights game that I've ever run or seen that will die. By the way, you will be the first.
really, your
That's
system is
terrible.
harsh.
I am such a baby with my players. I am
I
such
see.
a baby. Because they were my first players ever for Neon Knights. It was their second session and they got like demolished. And I was like, all right, y'all can give up half of your loot if you get all resurrected, and we rewind time. And they're like, okay, sure. And then another time there was like a syringe that had like transformative powers that they could like inject to one of the dead people, but it made them grow a third arm in their stomach. So like it was just a bunch of crazy shit. Yeah.
So in all
like a
seriousness,
plus.
not every player is cool with having their character killed. Are you okay with Seamus being dead?
Oh yeah, I love when my characters die.
Okay, just making sure. In which case, yeah, you're dead. Like, yeah, you've been smushed. But what's really sad here is that your party doesn't know that yet. So if they go to look for you,
Yeah.
they're going to put in all this work and be like, yeah.
It was a very sudden, violent death.
But
Did
you
not
got-
see coming.
You got crushed by an airship. You got cooked by an airship exhaust port after it fell out of the sky. There are much less epic ways to die, right? Like,
That's true.
Seamus,
I just
don't
like
you
that.
live
From
dead,
Jim's
died as he lived.
perspective, he buries his head in the snow, and the next thing he knows, he's on fire. That's so awful.
Steve, your arms, well, they hurt. Like they hurt. You should probably get out from underneath that ship before the weight of the ship crushes your arms any further. The good news is it's currently resting on top of you, and there's enough snow underneath you that there's a little bit of give, and you can sort of press down and keep you kind of press yourself downwards and keep the ship from crushing your arms. The bad news is if your friends move the ship the wrong way when they go to, if they move it to get you, they risk breaking you in a very bad way.
That's great.
Hex, what do you want to do? Your
Sounds
friends
like
may or may not
movie.
be alive,
Um,
and you have a powerful resource in that ship.
a powerful
Assuming-
resource in that ship.
The ship flies.
Okay, but it's
If you
upside
can-
down.
Yeah, it's upside down, and it's stuck in the snowbank. But I mean, if its thrusters work, you should be able to, like, get out of the snowbank. On the other side, that's the upside. The downside is you have two flattened friends.
Can we hear the frightened squealing of our still alive friend?
I don't know, Greasy Steve. Do you suffer in silence, or are you one of those whaley people? Like,
I think I'm a whaley person.
I see. Okay,
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
figured.
you can hear that.
In my old man voice. Oh, get me out of here.
I look over. Meat slab. You want to do some digging?
Oh, I guess. And I just start digging.
That's
Like,
awesome.
Just like
with the
dive
chainsaw?
in the snow and start like swimming in the snow, trying to.
That's funny. Eli, are you going to make a new character, or are you going to do that tonight? Or are we going to see you another night? What's the plan?
I'm making a character, but I don't know if it'll be done by tonight.
No worries.
I'll just listen in.
Sounds good. You bet.
You could just play an NPC that stumbles out of the ship or something.
You bet. Live. We'll see everybody in 15 minutes. We're at the halfway mark. I can't believe I killed you. I mean, I didn't kill one of you. The ship did. You rolled dice twice, right? I don't feel that bad because you rolled 2 saves in a row. Like, so anyway, see you in 15.
All right. Hello.
Hey, hey, hey. Party. Woo,
Yeah. 15 minutes on the dot.
woo. Yes, I would have been back sooner, but I had let's call them restroom disagreements.
You pissed on the toilet seat again. Yeah.
That's not what I meant, but
Okay.
uh,
Oh, now I understand. Okay.
secret is
That's
that I'm
much different
actually-
than what I implied. Yeah.
the secret is that I'm actually 4 years old and I don't understand how my pants and my zipper work. Right.
Please tell me we didn't just stream that.
Oh, we definitely did.
No,
For sure.
we definitely did. Oh,
We
yeah.
Yeah, we are live as we speak. Oh yeah, for sure.
Thank God we don't have an audience.
You say that. I have people who chime in like Jay Ritter, I think. Chimes in
Rinker.
on
He's
Rinker,
here.
chimes in on every
Yeah.
video I've ever made.
Yeah.
Which one of you is that? Is
Not
it one
me.
of you?
Mm-mm.
No?
I was thinking that it was one of y'all. I guess
Yeah, I
not.
did too. Huh.
You have one devoted audience member.
Yeah, but I
It's-
mean, one person who's always there is better than 50 people who drift in and out.
That's true.
That honestly, absolutely.
Like, Rinker is pretty great. I don't know them from anywhere. I don't think, but they're real nice.
Yeah, they have a comment on the YouTube stream right now about something involving Chinese food. So
Great.
uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Mr.
What
J. Saying hello to Mr. J.
Yes.
Hey, hey, hey.
Or Mrs. J. Or Mrs. J. I should specify.
You're right.
And I also misspelled it. Okay.
I was just making
Swear I
think
made,
of it.
and I misspelled it again. Fuck me. Please. God, kill me. There we go. Finally.
Guess that Rice Krispies kicking in.
It
Good one.
might be. It might be. I don't really feel much yet, so I didn't take a lot. It
Huh.
says, let's see. It says it's basically 1, you're like just chilling out. Number 2, you're feeling pretty good. Number 3, it says you will be smacked. And 4 says what you will feel like you are going in and out of a dimension. So,
Whoa.
yeah.
I feel like,
So I
feel
took
like
1.
Hmm.
It's typical dude bro talk. I think this is Marshmallow's company. Like the electronic artist. Because like the cover of it has like the marshmallow like guy. Huh, that's interesting. Anyways.
I feel like I've failed in some great way of the Pacific Northwest that I have not consumed any marijuana based substance the entire time I've lived here.
Wow.
It's like yeah, it's like 6 years and just nothing.
Well, that's not bad. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just doing it for fun. I just was like,
Yeah.
man, I'm bored. I just wanna buy some. So I did.
Mm.
See, what's really interesting is the way that they do it in DC to get around and this is legal, by the way. They get around the law. Like they do it lawfully, but the way that they do it is that in Washington, DC, you cannot right now legally purchase it recreationally. So what you have to do is to get around that. There's a clause in the DC state law that says if you gift, you can gift anything to anyone, and it doesn't count as a purchase, right? And the law specifically states the purchase of marijuana cannot be done until so and so date. So they give you'll buy like a lighter, and then they're like, oh, here's like a bunch of weed, and you're like, oh, cool, nice, awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's an expensive lighter.
Yeah. The thing that I got was it's fucking. I had to look it up because I thought my roommate was fucking lying. It's $60 for 4 little Rice Krispie treats. That's crazy. See, and here's the packet, by the way.
Inflation, man, it just gets everybody. You know?
Yeah, right.
It's these things. Oh, do I even have my camera on? Oh, I do.
You do.
Yeah, it's
You
these
do, you do,
things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, fancy.
So Yeah, fancy for sure.
Fancy.
I don't think I'll be
You
paying
can,
$60 for 4 subpar like highs. I think I might just live life, just
Yeah,
You can make a tincture and then bake your own stuff and put it on it.
That's true. But then again, that would not be legal where I live. So I cannot partake in such activities. So
Oh,
my landlord would also probably have a fucking aneurysm if she
There's
smelled.
that.
well,
Yeah.
no. The thing with the tincture is you could put it on afterwards. It's like
Oh,
you can
Oh.
you put I believe you put the plant into some kind of highly alcoholic substance, like a very high proof alcohol, and it like concentrates it.
Well, like Everclear.
Oh.
Yeah, like Everclear.
Well, even then, I cannot grow such devilish vegetation within my
Devilish
within-
vegetation.
Yeah. So yeah. A good
I
idea
can't
though. That's a pretty good idea.
Well, that's why we keep him around, because he's got all the good ideas.
Right. I mean, it's Greasy Steve. How can you not have all the good ideas?
Right, exactly.
Right, and it did occur to me during the break that if we don't save his life right now, we have no one to fulfill the tenets of our mission, and therefore we're all going to die.
No, I was thinking about that too. Like I am the whole reason we're out here.
So wait, I thought it was Seamus who fucking ate dirt. Is it?
Yeah.
Is Greasy Steve about
I
to
didn't be
die?
so rude about it.
Mike,
I'm
I'm
sorry,
a little
Eli.
respect for
I'm
Dad.
sorry. I'm
so
sorry.
you're
Hasn't
speaking of
been 5
expensive
minutes.
things. Poke in the Discord. That's a thing I just bought.
What is that?
It's a board game.
Oh, okay. Ooh, Marvel. Oh.
It was not a cheap board game.
Is it like an older one? Well, no,
No.
that's definitely
Oh my
new.
God.
Yeah.
Eli, are you one of the people who are like anything that's Marvel I hate? Is that you?
I was
Is that-
thinking, oh my God, with the price tag, but also fucking.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No, I don't hate
fucking
all
$100.
Marvel. I hate Marvel movies.
You bought this?
I did. So I
just
sat
don't
down
like the idea of
to watch.
superheroes in general.
Say again.
I said I don't like the idea of superheroes in general.
I sat down to
Wow.
watch the Marvel Cinematic Universe for the first time all the way through not that long ago. I watched Iron Man. I liked it. I watched Hulk. It was okay. I'm looking at the pile of movies in front of him going, oh my God. I'm a big
only gets
Marvel fan,
worse.
and I don't know if I have that kind of wow. Like I don't know if I have that in me.
Norton got a big paycheck for that movie.
I
Wait,
am
was there
sitting
one
down-
or two movies?
Okay,
and Norton only one.
Okay.
Yeah. because what
Hulk
happened was we
movies,
had,
there's a fistful.
yeah, because we had that piece of like hot garbage, the Ang Lee directed.
See, I love that
Eric-
movie. I just think it's a terrible Hulk movie because it's a think piece, and that's not what I wanted in a movie that says Hulk on the box.
Okay, but in that movie, Hulk, I think punches a giant Hulk poodle in the face.
Oh,
Two of
that's
them.
right.
And yes, because it's a think piece, and the fighting is not the point. Which that's like judging Styx, the video game, on its combat. It's a hardcore stealth game. If you're fighting, you're doing it wrong, right? The Ang Lee Hulk movie is a great movie if you absorb it for what it is, which is a think piece on the qualities of rage and what good it is, or what good it isn't. The problem is that Ang Lee didn't tell anybody that, right? So everybody went in there with false expectation, literally
Right.
everyone. And yeah, if you're looking for a Hulk movie, it's terrible. If you're looking for a big shiny conversation about the value of anger and the inverse ratio of what that might do to your life, it's a great movie. Like it's just like the worst Hulk movie ever. And I'm including the 3 that came out for the old TV show. Anyway, yeah, Hulk movies are awful. But I mean, not as bad as the old Doctor Strange movie that's this far away from being, gotta swipe your credit card because it's a porno. That one's pretty bad. The 2 Captain America movies from the past are pretty bad. The live action Spider-Man TV show from the 70s is the worst thing you're ever going to watch. It is bad.
Well, Wasn't there some sort of like really shitty Fantastic Four thing too? Like,
So the
I mean,
Fantastic Four got a
even
cartoon during a period of time where I will not bother you with all the details, but essentially the Human Torch is not available, but they still want to have a Fantastic Four cartoon. Yeah. So they sub him out for Herbie, who is a little talking robot. I think my favorite one of those episodes is the time Mr. Fantastic takes down Magneto with a plastic gun. And he does not tell him it's a plastic gun. So Magneto goes to go like this and make the gun listen to him because it's made out of metal. And that doesn't work. So he immediately gives up. And when they throw him in the back of the police wagon, he's like, "How did you beat me? I must know." And he goes, "Plastic gun." It's, oh, wow. It's bad. Like, and I love some cheese. The Super Friends is a great cartoon. It's terrible, but in that so wonderfully awful that I want to watch it anyway kind of way. The Fantastic Four is not like He-Man. The Fantastic Four is not like that. Like, it's no offense to people who love He-Man. Like, I love both of the new He-Mans. They're great. That's right. It's He-Mans, not He-Men, because they're proper nouns. Anyway. What's the plan? You got a ship. Greasy Steve is pinned underneath it. Maybe he's going to die. And Ivan's going to dig underneath. Is that the plan?
That was the plan last I checked. Because we need to rescue Steve, or otherwise there's no job.
Yes, I'm currently digging, trying my absolute best. My video is not going to be on because I'm eating right now.
Hey,
Sorry.
You're eating.
I'm
What?
about to go. I'm about to go down the elevator, so it's gonna disconnect me for a little bit again. I
worries.
gotta ask this dude to not. I gotta ask this dude to not park in front of my truck.
Now, when you say ask, you mean cave in his head with a giant walnut? Or you mean like actually talk to him?
Allegedly.
Well,
I mean, actually talk to him.
Allegedly, right. I didn't know if you actually had like a comically large walnut on a stick. I don't know.
That's
What
a,
reference did
that's
you
a
do, by the way?
really that's a frighteningly random thing for you to just come up with out of nowhere.
Well, this is my job.
Yeah, he's been a DM for a
Way too long,
time.
clearly.
Yeah, a comically large walnut on a stick. You bet. So while you're doing that, my wife and I yesterday were watching Ultimate Spider-Man, which is a cartoon that I don't know as if I can recommend unless you. Anyway, yeah, it's fine. And we are watching an episode where plans of Dr. Dooms are exposed, where he's going to launch assaults in various places across the country. One of them is Cleveland, and Spider-Man makes a joke. Captain America's like, "Oh no, there's an assault." And he goes, "Seriously? Cleveland?" Like, that's the part that Spider-Man's making a joke of. And he goes, "Why?" And I said, "Because of the hot dogs." And my wife went, "What?" I said, "Yeah, Cleveland has internationally acclaimed hot dogs. Seriously." There are bratwurst and things like it.
You guys happen to be in the white car that's parked in front of the truck?
So you're gonna do it live?
Yeah, I can't have that. I'm gonna mute that in case you hit somebody with a walnut. Like,
Yeah, that's slightly
You're a murderer live.
yeah, right. Now it's a snuff video, and I can't be a part of that. So I was like, yeah, there are international bratwurst competitions that Cleveland places in fairly regularly in like silver or gold place. They have internationally acclaimed hot dogs. And she looked at me like I was a freak. And I go, "What? I know lots of things." Like, they're not useful things.
I mean, you could have gone with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's a much more,
Oh, yeah. Is that where that is? I don't know.
yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
It's
That's all.
It's also where the like Drew Carey show was from.
yeah, Cleveland rocks. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
you could. Yeah, I mean, up until this past week, you probably could have at least mentioned the Cleveland Browns, and then they, Clevelanded again.
Rip.
Wait, you lost me.
Super Bowl.
Oh,
Or not
no.
Super Bowl, playoffs.
oh no, not even that. It's they just signed Deshaun Watson.
Oh my God, really?
You also lost me. I don't know what any of that means.
Okay, they ditched their quarterback for a guy who has 22 outstanding sexual assault accusations.
Oh, wow.
Say 22.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
And while they were dismissed in criminal court, he still has civil cases going, and they paid him $200 million to not be in Houston anymore.
God.
That's a lot of fucking money. Jesus Christ. I feel
Yeah.
so bad for those goddamn victims, man.
Right? Wow.
Like, and the man
Yeah.
is still walking and playing and being paid by the NFL.
See,
Like,
and
what the
this
fuck?
Yes,
and this is
yes,
why I
because-
don't do sports, because people suck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
Because they'd rather have him than the guy they currently have playing quarterback. So, yeah,
That's-
needless to say, all the goodwill they've just
Oh
been
my
building up
God.
these past few years just kind of went out the window.
Oh my God. So here's a fascinating concept. Most of the sports in the world I don't tend to care about. But I'm a fan of European handball and hurling, and for the most part, hurling players don't get paid at all.
I'm
And
sorry.
it's
What now?
hurling, which is like, so I sped that up to not say hurling, because hurling is a thing when you drink too much. And curling is the thing you do on ice, but it's the same. You spell it the same way. Hurling is probably the fastest game you play on grass. Everybody gets a wooden stick called a hurley, hence the name. And you knock it looks an awful lot like a wooden axe, and you knock a ball called the sleeter back and forth that travels at something like 60 miles an hour. If that thing hits you at top speed, you are very, very likely dead. A concussion is almost a guarantee. Death is a distinct possibility. Like it is a ferocious game that makes rugby look like it's for little kids. It's vicious as hell. And players don't get paid for it for the vast majority of their lives. So if you're a senior player, I won't bother you with all the details, but you're not a senior player for a long time. You get paid for a certain amount of dollars per appearance. But not like when you play. Appearances are like, I go do this special guest spot on TV. You don't get like paid to play your game. Which is
That is very interesting.
and there are football players over here making just an obscene amount of money.
Yeah.
And the argument I usually hear is, well, it's a dangerous thing. Nope, going to war is a dangerous thing. That's a choice they made. They're
Yep.
stupid. Like the hurling. Also, football players get a whole world of safety equipment. Hurling players don't, and they do the same thing at a much higher risk to their own safety
Oh, I'm back.
for free. Like, hey, hurling players. There's no security.
I
worth
was actually talking for like a couple of minutes, but I forgot that I had muted myself. So
You didn't. I did.
Yeah,
I was.
because
you muted me.
we
I
were
was concerned that
legitimately
you were gonna. Yeah.
yeah we were afraid we were going to be witnessing a felony and
Which is why I'm not going to ask. 'cause
Oh,
because-
I only allegedly beat him with a walnut stick 3 times.
allegedly 3
So
times. That's
It was measured allegedly.
allegedly.
the other 4 times were confirmed.
I just want to put a disclaimer on this video saying no giant walnuts were harmed in the production of this show. People, I don't know, but no giant walnuts.
Whoever Jay Rinker is in our comment section has got to be terribly confused.
Yeah, sorry.
It was
about that.
actually an entire waste of time because they moved their car by the time I got down there.
nice. Nice. It's not a waste of time. You field tested the elevator. Good for you. Yeah. Whoever put in that elevator owes you a licensing fee or something. I don't know, a royalty.
Hopefully not Tyson Krupp. Then I would be getting that Nazi money.
Hell yeah.
I was not aware of that connection.
Nice.
That's interesting.
Learn something every day.
The more you know.
Yeah, right.
Wait for the rainbow to go across the screen.
Knowledge is half the battle. Yeah.
The also the person that started it, Alfred Krupp, he was really into horse shit, and he had like a horse stall under his house, and he had pipes running from the stall to his bedroom so he could smell horse shit all day.
That's pretty cool.
Okay. So the only thing for me that's weirder than that is the fact that you know that.
Well, I listened to I listened to a relatively popular show called Behind the Bastards, and that was a thing.
Oh, okay.
In there.
Robert Evans. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
also a fan.
I
Yeah,
don't know if I have anything that's that weird. Wombats poop little cubes.
yeah. Yeah.
Platypus are so weird that they live in a genus by themselves. There are only like 4 kinds of platypus in the world, but they're all unique enough from each other that they don't share a genus, which means even on like a natural design level, platypus are the loneliest animals in the world. And I think that's it. I don't think I have anything that's weirder than that. Like, there's an animal that shits cubes. That's pretty strange. That's
is pretty
really weird. Like that, your factoid about the horse poop is pretty weird.
Yeah, I don't
Wizards of the
have
Coast-
weird trivia.
I see.
I don't have weird trivia like that, but I do have. If we ever need a bankroll of like weird anecdotes of things that have actually happened, that I can do.
Awesome.
Give you that all day.
Speaking of a weird anecdote of something that actually happened, once upon a
dear.
time, TSR had $1 million. Yeah, the TSR of the company before WotC that make D&D. In case you didn't know, so TSR once upon a time funded in the same year a Olympic bobsled team. What? And had a ship like salvaged from the bottom of Lake Geneva that had been there for quite a while. Why? Because they had the money.
What the hell?
Nice.
Because they had the money.
It sounds like somebody who like devoted a life worth of like research and attention to those things, and they finally got the money, and they were like, yes.
Like, because people be crazy. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it amazes me that D&D is a thing any of us have heard of, given the development cycle of how it came to be. Seriously, like it is a cosmic hat trick that you even know what Dungeons and Dragons is, let alone that it's even like a thing you can buy. It's absolutely fascinating. Anyway, we should probably roll dice at some point.
Yeah,
I would
Yeah.
say so, probably.
Yeah.
So Greasy Steve, you're pinned underneath the ground. Well, you're pinned underneath the ship. Ivan, you're digging. Make a roll to get underneath the ship.
All right. Well, do I have anything in strength? Let me check.
It's not strength. It's like
Physical fortitude?
There you
Early.
go.
Oh, okay. I got something in that. All right. Let me check.
I'm just kidding. If it's a strength roll, that's fine.
Oh no, I'd much prefer physical fortitude. Much
Go
prefer
for it.
that.
Yeah, you bet.
All right. So roll 1d20 plus 3. Okay, 8.
Ooh.
Oh
It's
no.
pretty bad.
You hear a blood curdling scream as you get underneath the ship and push a little bit, and you try and go up evenly, but you don't. So the ship goes like that instead. And Steve's right arm is now dust on the inside. So Steve, I don't know if you pass out from the pain or if you shriek or what, but even if you're still alive and awake, they heard the snappy noise.
The bone. Yeah, the bone. Holy shit.
They heard the snappy poppy noise. That's bad.
Okay, so
I cannot express how painful that would be. An arm has a ship like the size of the Millennium Falcon has just powdered your arm. It's like this.
okay, so I'm gonna try and get into the ship and maybe hit the reverse button, and hopefully it'll do that while still upside down.
Noggin.
So Hex, finding a door is not a problem, right? It's not like a labyrinth. It's a ship. Finding a door is not a problem. It's a little dented, but it still opens. You get inside, no problem. Ship get diagnostics still running when you get in there. The ship's upside down. It goes into diagnostic mode and tries to right itself. Not all ships have enough gyros to make that happen. This is not one of them. So what it can do is tell you it's wrong. It can't fix it. The good news is ship's fine. It's just upside down. It's ugly, but it will absolutely fly. It looks like it was a salvage ship. While you have different problems right now, when you have time, there's probably a bunch of useful shit in here somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Think a smuggler ship that smuggles whatever it is they need to smuggle to make money today. So you're going to find lots of hidden compartments with goodies in them.
Cool.
You tell the ship to back up, and it slides backwards. Steve, you are exposed to the sky and the snow, and they can see your kind of one of your arms is the one off the Waggly Tube Man from outside the DMV. But the other one's okay.
Hopefully he's lefty.
Yeah, hopefully. Jesus Christ.
At this point, I've probably passed out from the pain.
You're probably right. Yeah, shock will do that to you. Yeah. So now what?
Is there a first aid kit?
So the ship is stocked with it has a first aid kit, but there's also a manifest of things that they're keeping track of. You know what I mean?
Oh.
As it happens, there is a break. It looks like they raided a medical facility recently. And
Oh, so they have an arm grubby baggy thing.
in this crate, you should find all of the components necessary to fix his arm or give him a new one made from cybernetic materials.
Well, that's a good point. Like, wouldn't he want us to like? Well, he's Seamus Gumshoe. What is he going to do with an extra arm?
Now,
I thought,
Greasy-
Or not an extra arm, but like a
So
like a cybernetic arm.
yeah, Greasy Steve is the one who's still alive. Seamus
Yeah.
got smooshed.
Okay,
Well, Seamus
I'm
actually got
really. It has
Yeah,
that's
affected
okay.
me right
That's
now.
okay.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
So Steve, I love how you're now deciding what's going to happen to one of his limbs without him. There's a med bay. You could like bring him in there and hope he wakes up.
Yeah. Let's
okay.
bring him in there and before we ask him the original or extra crispy question.
Yeah. Like, that is a good idea.
You bet. The med bay reads off that he's unconscious from pain overload. Basically, his brain short circuited, but he's going to live a couple of put him in the med bay. It'll do its best to alleviate his pain, and he should wake up. It reminds you that his arm is one of his arms doesn't function. Like you can't tell.
Yeah, no duh. We could bring Seamus, what remains of him in there and just see if it just says nah. But
N-A. Yeah.
Right. It asks you to identify what that is. Like it's like no mutants on the ship. Like
Right. Yeah.
it's actually a racist ship, right? No mutants on the ship.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I was gonna like the ship too.
I'm just kidding. It's not a racist ship.
Now, is everything still upside down though?
If you can, there's so all you're gonna have to do to right the ship is fly it up a little. You're gonna have to, so you can't fly it up because the thrusters will bring you. You can go horizontally or you can go down, which is kind of a problem. So once you can get this ship, if you can get underneath it, once nobody else is underneath it, flipping it should not be an issue because you have Ivan and he's real strong. I don't know as if I would do that before Greasy Steve is better though. Up to you.
I think I'll wait until he's not arm smoosh.
You bet. The med bay snaps him out of it relatively quickly. Maybe it's the med bay. Maybe underneath it all, Steve's actually made out of like hatred and iron. Who knows? But in any event, Steve wakes up, and it sounds like they have a plan for you. They either want to patch your old arm or give you a new one. What do you think?
Can they patch my old arm?
Oh yeah. Lots of high grade healing materials and guck inside that case will essentially make your bones like it never happened.
I'm not too particularly fond of cybernetics.
I see. So you'd like to have the old wet back rather than new metal. Sounds good.
Yes.
So yeah, they can patch you up. But I mean, you are talking about spending a lot of stuff that's worth a lot of money to patch up a teammate instead of spending it. But I suppose the cybernetics they would have swapped your arm out for instead are also worth a lot of money. So
That's fine. When I rolled, I got a lot of money.
I see. You bet.
Also, I have an unimaginary amount of money from just from this job.
I see. And you can compute that into the game in the form of microtransactions. Don't look at me like that.
Oh no! I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the job that I'm doing in the game. I'm not talking about the job that I'm doing.
I'm judging you. I am judging
Me
you.
or him?
Anyone who says microtransactions on a TTRPG,
I'm
Get
kidding. I'm
judgment.
kidding. I'm definitely kidding.
We're on our way. Wizards of the Coast is about a week away from launching some NFT,
NFT
shit,
shit.
probably.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you know this. I don't think it's been in the news a whole lot, but that might be me. Wizards of the Coast is releasing their own Roll20 type thing, their own virtual tabletop.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I am excuse me, interested to see what this means for the future of other virtual tabletops. Because whether I like it or not, and I full disclosure, I don't. 5e D&D is the most popular tabletop in the world. Hard stop, right?
Mhm.
And when you can, a lot of people put extra value on a thing that comes out of the box pre-designed for the thing you're running, which is to say 5e modules. It's no surprise that thousands of Kickstarters and books and whatnot get produced with a stamp on them that say 5e compatible. D&D is so built, the world of tabletops is so D&D first that I don't have to say 5e D&D. I can just say 5e, and everyone here will assume I meant 5e D&D, even though there are thousands of systems that have 5th editions. Call of Cthulhu, for example, which is real popular, by the way, but it's not D&D popular. Nothing is. So when Wizards comes out and makes a virtual tabletop and says it's built by us for you, for the thing you bought from us, how does something like Roll20 compete with that? I don't know. Anyway, I'm excited to see it. Go ahead.
Oh, I said grassroots.
Yeah, I suppose.
I'm more
But
curious
well-
about what they're gonna do with their deal with D&D Beyond.
That too. Yes, also that. Right. Because D&D Beyond, they're not getting any of that money. Like if you go on Roll20 and you buy a 5e module, I assume that Wizards gets a little portion of that, but probably not a whole lot. But if you buy a module on Roll20 and then you go to play in Fantasy Grounds, you can't bring the module with you. So maybe you bought that book twice. In either case, if you jump platforms, in either case, though, Wizards probably didn't get the full value of their book total with both of your purchases combined. They will if you have to go on 5eplatform.com and then buy the book for $50 in a digital version for your thing. Which means they would have no interest in a D&D Beyond partnership when you could give them all the money instead of them some money and this guy over here some of the money that they get a cut from. I'm interested to see how that breaks down. Anyway. So this is the problem. Is you're all table talk nerds and I want to talk about it. We can't do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Greasy Steve, you're alive. Do you want them to pat your arm?
Yeah.
Sounds good. You bet. They can put you in they can essentially seal the gravity in this room so the machine can do its work and fix your arm while they reorient the ship. Not a problem. Ivan, is that the plan? You want to go outside and like lift the ship with your legs? And see if you can?
Absolutely. We're just gonna say absolutely. Yes. No doubt.
You bet. So Ivan does like some gymnast shit where he swings his legs up and pushes his arms down and the whole thing just like a pizza pan.
Oh my god, it worked.
I don't know. You're gonna roll for it.
Oh, I've got to roll for it. Oh, okay. I thought you said that it did work. Woo!
That's
maybe.
That's the plan.
Yeah. Okay. So is this physical fortitude? Is that right?
Whichever role you think would be most appropriate.
This is not a good time to be asking me to remember shit. All right. So 1d20.
Plus your magic numbers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Plus 3.
Should I be like
15.
helping? Oh, okay.
Is there a way you can assist him?
I don't know. I'm assuming I'd be operating like an engine or something while this is all happening.
Oh, then yeah, sure. Feel free to make that roll with advantage.
Okay.
1 and 1 incoming.
Yeah, right.
No, 6 and 7. I'll have you know.
Badass. So you're really no help. The controls, it's not that you don't understand how the controls work, it's that they're not so responsive. It's like a 90s platformer. The controls are a little stiff. That's not your fault. It's just the way it's built. But it's okay. Ivan does it anyway. I don't know if Ivan's torn out by the death of his friend or what, but he is, or if it's maybe it's the rice thingy from earlier, but he finds a little bit
giving
extra.
me like superpowers or some shit. Yeah.
Right. Because that's totally what happens. Right.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And it flips over. Now the thrusters go up, the ship flies. It's not pretty, and it's not real fast, but it flies.
Nice.
As you take stock of the ship, would everybody roll percentile die, including Seamus, even though he's dead, so we know what piece of loot he gets when his new character shows up.
All right.
Roll, what is it again?
Percentile die. A
Percentile
D100 if you own one, but most people don't. So
Oh,
you
that's
roll-
just a percentage die. Okay.
right.
I got 35.
35. You bet.
Seamus's Court.
Wow, this fucking D&D app doesn't even have a D100.
Really?
Wow. Interesting.
Huh. So you're 35. It's an item called the Mark of the Devourer. It's a sign of the evil, like the evil, capital T-E, the evil, the dark incarnate sludge that lives in the hearts of men, and other people, not just men, humans, right? It gets +1 to your intelligence stat, and you can intuit immediate danger with an intelligence roll. Basically, it gives you spider sense.
Nice.
Obviously, your new character, right? Hex, what'd you get?
I'm working on that now.
He doesn't know. Got it. Ivan, what'd you get?
66.
Oh my god. So I don't know what you got. I don't read these charts until people roll on them. So I didn't know what you got until you got it. You find a glass, like a glass marble, but like the size of a baseball, that has what looks like an octopus mouth with an eyeball attached to it, sitting inside of it. I'll tell you what that does if you want.
Yes, please. Yeah.
You activate that. It's a one-time deal. You smash it on the ground, and it summons a giant tentacle that is loyal to you for 1d4 rounds.
Okay.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, that is pretty terrifying. Yeah.
For Ivan to have that, yes, that's terrifying.
Greasy Steve, what'd you get?
87.
87. Oh my god. You find what looks like a vestigial skeleton of a lizard person, less a kobold and more oh, how do I describe that? Are you familiar with Beta Ray Bill from comic books? No,
No, not at all.
no, of course not. Nobody is.
I know what Beta Ray Bill looks like. Looks more like a horse to me.
Like that, but green. Yeah, think like if a reptile and a horse had a hate baby that walked on two legs.
A reptile and a horse.
Had like this terrible, horrible offspring that walked on two legs. You find a vestigial skeleton of one of those. Specifically speaking, it's a symbiote. You can put that on. You can fuse with it, which will get you the mechanical benefits of being a lizard person, in addition to whatever benefits you already have.
So you gave him Beta Ray venom?
Kind of. Let me, in case you're curious as to what stats you get from being a reptoid. That is
So
the
I
wrong.
can fuse with the skeleton
If you want,
If I want.
which will get you, you'll grow claws if you don't already have some, and you'll be able to walk on whatever surface you like. As long as that surface is solid, you can walk on it. Walls, ceilings, glass, whatever. Spider-Man, basically.
So you
benefit.
Reptoid benefit, you bet.
So if I roll two,
the ability to walk on walls.
Basically, yep. Your only real deficit there is that reptoids are deeply fearful of fire. You won't be able to get within 50 feet of an open flame while that thing's on you. And I mean it, even like a lighter, a candle flame, nothing. Open flame, that thing won't get within 100 feet. Hard stop.
Is it not something that lasts forever? It's something that like I can choose to like.
Right, you
turn
can
on
take
and
it
off?
on and off. Right.
Okay.
While you have it on, you'll gain the benefits of being able to walk wherever you want and have claws like natural weapons that hurt real bad and will rip through steel, but you can't get within 100 feet of fire.
And wait, how big is this thing?
Once it's on you, not noticeable at all. You have a little greenish tint to your skin now. That's it.
Okay, like
when it's
how big
not
is
on you, it's like
round?
think the kind of like pole setup that you put a set of armor on. It's about that tall.
Ah. Damn,
Hex,
this is a lot to carry around.
Hex, what did you get for your roll?
So if I roll 2d10 dice, I just take the first digit from one, first digit from the other, right?
Yes. And you
Okay,
combine
so-
that to get a number. You bet.
19.
19. Huh. You come up with an Omni tool. They're incredibly expensive.
Hey!
An Omni tool is useful and versatile. Wrench, hammer, it mutates into whatever you need it to do. It's made out of hypergel. Hypergel is almost impossible to find these days because it's in the hands of like big, powerful companies that don't want to share it. But basically, it means you have a tool that will shapeshift to meet whatever you need it to fit into.
Aw.
Any mechanical roll you ever make, as long as you use that during it, you make an advantage.
Awesome.
Hey, Ethan.
All of
Yeah.
that is the good news. The bad news is that you're in a smuggler ship, which is illegal, which means that somebody gives a shit. That somebody is coming at you pretty fast. Single individual on a hover bike coming in really fast, anime sword on their back. They look kind of like the Terminator meets Iron Man.
Oh, no.
Do ship have gun?
Ship does have gun. Ship's gun barrel was crushed in when it flattened.
Oh, I
So
wish
ship
I
has
wasn't-
gun. Ship's gun does not work.
wish I wasn't in the IC.
Ship's gun would be easy to repair, but because it has a repair cycle, it's really great. You don't have to go outside on the ship to fix it. That's the good news. The bad news is that when it does that, the ship heats up. No kidding. Problem with that is that Seamus's corpse clogged the exhaust port and did damage. So you would have to fix the exhaust port in order to be able to fix your gun if you use the automated repair system to do it. Your other option is to get outside on the ship, which is currently floating in the air, and repair it yourself while you deal with whatever that guy is.
Can I? Is the engine clogged enough that I cannot make the ship go any higher?
Oh no, the ship will absolutely fly just fine. Yeah, not a problem.
Okay. Can we fly up?
Sure. Yeah. How high?
Yeah.
Like, are we talking stratosphere or a couple hundred feet?
Safely into the cloud layer so that the person can't find us.
I see. You bet. Is that something? Have you flown an airship before?
No.
Roll for it. Like, the onboard computer will assist you with that. So feel free to make that roll with a +3.
Okay, so 11 plus 3.
Is 14. That's not bad. You bet.
Okay.
The ship gets you into the air. You're pretty confident you did most of the work, but you might be lying to yourself about that. As you get up into the cloud line, the ship warns you there is an oncoming missile. What do you want to do? And I will see you in 2 weeks. Like,
Jesus
Err.
Christ.
everybody should level up now.
It
Is that
Ooh,
how
nice.
Ethan, is that how leveling works? Can I just-
Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome. Then I will
What level are we? 2 or 3?
you're about to be level 2.
Yeah. Dope.
And I will see everybody in 2 weeks with your new AR, MR, and hit point totals. And apparently, Eli with a whole new character, Seamus Gumshoe the second.
Oh, but I'm gonna name the ship the Gumshoe.
in honor of Seamus? That's really sweet.
Yes.
Aw.
Ship that murdered him?
Yes.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
gonna
what else
paint
was
it
you gonna name it? The Gumshoe Smusher? That doesn't have the same kind of the Seamus Roaster 3000. It doesn't have the same ring to it, you
I
know.
feel like you're victim blaming.
You have to use alliteration. It's the same as It's the
Seamus
same-
is minding his own business.
So anyway, this was a great time.